Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. As we're here on a Tuesday, it is October 9th, 2018, with a Smackdown live review. Smackdown was in Indianapolis tonight. Got Nick with me. What's going on, Nick?
What is going on, folks? Welcome to the Smackdown live review for October 9th, 2018. It's the 9th day of Halloween.
Huh?
It's the 9th day of all of October's Halloween, dude. Come on.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. At what point do you buy your Halloween candy?
I don't buy Halloween candy.
Okay, well that's true because you live in a complex and you have two little kids.
I wouldn't have bought it if I lived in a house. I take the kids out and get candy for free.
Let me ask you a question. What percentage of your kids' Halloween candy do you take?
Not much. Honestly, you want to be honest?
Yes.
They get their candy, and then we just combine both kids' candy, and we put it up where they can't reach it when we don't want them to have it. And half the time, it sits there till Easter, and they'll maybe get like 3 pieces. Maybe till Christmas, because they get more candy at Christmas.
Christmas candy? What? Anyway, Chris and McNutt with a $2
in your stocking. Duh. Santa puts candy in your stocking.
Oh, we never did My family never really did stockings.
Oh.
Yeah, we never really liked stockings.
You mean Santa didn't fill your stockings?
I'm sorry, Santa never filled my stocking.
I mean, who knows what people are listening? You don't want to ruin Christmas for people.
I know. So Santa's not real. Yeah, Tim has 2 kids.
Wait, what?
But
he brought me my PS1.
Wrestling's not real?
Wait, what? You didn't see Charlotte and Becky go through the damn stage?
That looked fucking awesome.
They thought they were Rhino and Jericho.
Yeah, they did. I'm surprised they didn't save that. You know, it'd be nice if they did for SmackDown 1000.
What?
Like transitioning sets. I know it's like almost impossible.
That would not work.
How cool would that be, though?
No.
Do you think we'll get the fist?
No. I think we'll get the same stage we got right now.
Let's talk about that.
First off,
tonight.
Chris McNutt, $2 super chat donation. When does DLC come out? They have not announced it. I mean, there is some DLC, but that's only with the season pass. So as far as SmackDown goes, SmackDown started off with the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch defending against Charlotte Flair. If Becky Lynch was to get disqualified, she would lose the title. Becky and Charlotte were already in the ring basically at the start of SmackDown. They really just no wasted time here. Like I turn on USA Network. It's on Modern Family, like 2 minutes to go. All of a sudden, I look away. I hear Becky's music, and they're running down the matches for tonight, and Becky and Charlotte in the ring. I'm like, damn, they're not wasting any time with this. So the fans were firmly behind Becky Lynch. They were light dueling chants. They went back and forth early. Lynch had a brief advantage and scored a near fall. Flair fought back and rolled up Lynch for a 2 count. Lynch attempted the disarmer, but Flair countered into a dragon screw. Lynch then slowed the pace down and worked on Charlotte's arm.
I don't know if I'm still here, man. You completely cut out for me.
Huh? You're here. I hear you. Nick. Uh-oh. Did we lose Nick? I think I hear Nick.
And I hear you.
Okay, I heard you that whole time.
Yeah, I couldn't hear a word you were saying. You got into like a robot mode.
Huh.
And then I disconnected from the call, but now I'm back. Everything's okay.
Okay. So, going forward, Lynch applied a hammerlock, and it did a cool-looking bridge with it. Flair fought back and sent Lynch to the floor. Flair then followed that up with a plancha dive. Lynch then hit an exploder for a near fall. Flair fought back with a vicious chop. Lynch climbed to the top rope turnbuckle, but Flair cut her off. Lynch then applied the disarmer, and Flair reversed it with a one-arm powerbomb. Now, who else does that one-arm powerbomb like that?
I don't know.
You don't? Like, legit?
Well, I know a lot of people do.
No, who?
All the big, like, Rome. Oh. Okay.
And what are fans trying to say? Charlotte's becoming the Roman of the women's division? She does the spear. She's got that power bomb. What's next? The Superman punch?
Superman kick.
Anyways, Flair attempted the figure 4, but Lynch sent her headfirst to the turnbuckle. Lynch grabbed the belt and tried to walk away, Corey Graves explained that the title could change hands on a DQ, but not a countout. Flair then chased after Lynch and threw her back into the ring. Lynch tried to hit Flair with the belt from behind the referee's back, but she got caught. He almost disqualified her, but Flair rolled her up for another near fall. Flair then hit the natural selection, but Becky rolled out to the floor. Fought on the floor for a little while before the referee counted to 10. Both women counted out. Now remember, like Corey Graves said, DQ, Becky loses the title. Count out, Becky can still keep the title, so Becky is still the champion. So after the match, Becky's trying to get away. She's walking up the ramp, and as she's doing so, Charlotte is chasing her. Charlotte
this was probably my favorite spot of the last few months of wrestling.
Charlotte then pulls
2K spot.
Charlotte then pulls a Rhino and basically spears her right through the set. If you don't remember,
Rhino never did a spear.
Okay, Gore.
Because that's a more badass name.
Because if you remember, I forget what year it was, but Jericho, it was when they had the original Smackdown set.
Yes.
Jericho standing up at the top of the ramp, and Rhino, as fast as he can, runs up the ramp, gores Jericho, and they both go flying through the screen that they had there on the top of the stage. Now, to be honest, my recollection of this may be a little off, thinking that Rhino ran pretty fast, because typically when they show this on replay, they do show it sped up.
Yeah, $7 from Kristen McNutt. I have a question. Every second title match, if the challenger doesn't win, give another person a title shot. Why can't it be like Asuka? See, honestly, they're just so bass backwards with the way they book things.
Basically. Well, Asuka got 3 title shots.
Yeah. JTL Nation says we'll probably get some new graphics next week. Maybe.
No, probably not. Maybe some. No. Because if you look at the SmackDown 1000 logo, it's the SmackDown Live logo, but where it says Live, it says 1000. I don't think we'll get new graphics until next year when they move to Fox.
That's also true. So let's continue on with SmackDown Live.
So they do a little post-match thing here where they're checking on Charlotte. Charlotte's holding her arm like she's hurt. They do let us know later on in the night that Charlotte's fine. She will be in the Mixed Match Challenge. And then we get the first of 2 qualifying matches for the World Cup tonight. We got Jeff Hardy taking on Samoa Joe.
Weird match, man.
Joe limped to the ring, selling a knee injury. He apparently, quote unquote, injured the knee in his match with AJ Styles. Jeff Hardy basically worked over the knee most of the match. Joe slowed the pace down at one point and worked over Hardy. Joe hit a senton for a near fall. Hardy attacked the leg again and regained control. Joe pulled Hardy to the floor and sent him into the ring steps. Joe missed a charge and smashed his leg knee first into the steps. Hardy continued to attack the injured leg. Joe fought back and nailed Hardy. Joe tried to stand up, but he collapsed. This would then cause the referee to basically stop the match, saying that Jeff Hardy's the winner because Joe can no longer go. And it is just all storyline. Joe is not injured, unlike last night on Raw where they did a knee injury storyline, and Owens is actually slightly injured.
A lot of weird injury storylines, and I don't like it.
Right. Well, the Owens thing is that was him being written off TV because he may need minor surgery.
Mm-hmm. Which happens.
So backstage, we get SmackDown Live General Manager Paige, where she announces that at Evolution we will be getting what she called the first ever last woman standing match between Becky and Charlotte for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. And it's the first ever on the main roster. But Asuka and Nikki Cross did it in NXT.
Right. Which was awesome.
So Miz comes out for Miz TV. I actually really enjoyed this.
Oh, yeah. He was fired tonight.
Yeah. He noted that Paige warned him that he must be professional with his 2 guests, and he announced as his first guest, AJ Styles.
Yup.
He goes, AJ, I want to ask you, how's the family? And AJ kind of gets a little mad, and he goes, whoa, wait. I'm asking as a father myself. I'm just concerned for you and your family. As a father, I understand. And I was like, well, that's nice of Miz.
Yeah, it was all the babyface for a second.
Styles didn't like the question. He noted that the next challenger is a different kind of wrestler than he's faced since being the champion. He said if Bryan broke into his house, he'd tend to just work on your garden. Miz then would introduce Daniel Bryan. Styles and Bryan shook hands as Bryan got into the ring, and Miz was disgusted. He was like, you guys are going to fight for the most prestigious title in all of the WWE, and you're just shaking hands? Friendly competition? He said, you know why the WWE Championship isn't main eventing shows? Because that title's not relevant with AJ Styles as the champion.
You know, I agree and I disagree with that statement from The Miz.
Okay, how so?
Because that title is a really prestigious title. And it feels like not a lot has been done in the last few months regarding the Joe stuff, because it was always just so in favor of AJ.
Right.
We saw Joe get the upper hand a few times, but I'll say this: hot potato is never a bad thing when done the right way. Why not have Joe pick up that title for a couple months and give it back to AJ? Yeah, okay, it would break up that, like, you know, the longest reign.
He's had the title for almost a year.
Exactly, and that's just what they're going for.
Because he won it last year in Manchester in November, beating Jinder Mahal. So going forward with the Miz TV segment, Bryan said that he knows he can beat Styles. Styles noted that since Bryan returned, he hasn't faced anybody phenomenal, and then pointed at the Miz. Excuse me. Bryan would then go on to call the Miz the 2-minute man. Oof. So they bicker a little bit more. Bryan said, you know, I came back and said I had some goals with coming back, but I never told anybody what these goals were. They were not to reunite Team Hell No. They were not to fight a jerk like you, Miz. They were to become WWE champion.
I like that subtle bring up of Team Hell No, as if we all forgot.
Right.
I forgot.
He would then go on. Miz would then go on to demand that Paige give him a title shot. He said, I went to Paige.
Demand.
Huh?
It's a fair demand.
He said that Daniel Bryan may have, quote unquote, beat him at Super Showdown with a roll up, but what the referee and the cameras did not see was that his shoulder was actually up. So Bryan didn't technically beat him. He went to Paige, and Paige was just like, no, you're not getting a shot. So Miz said, huh?
No, you're not getting one.
The Miz would go on to state that if that was Daniel Bryan who had the same grievance, Paige would make nice with him. He would then go on to state that, you know, I'm going to let this go. AJ, Bryan, I don't care who wins at Crown Jewel. I'm next. I got the next title shot. I like that a lot.
I do too. Thank you, Nicholas, for the $2. Do you think anything will happen at Starrcade?
No.
Doubtful.
Basically, becoming a father has helped Miz become more reasonable.
I like that. It's nice.
Because if you think about it, the old Miz would have just cried and whined and cried and whined and cried and whined. But this new Miz, he's thinking. He's thinking more like, all right, I could be added to this match, make it a triple threat. But then that makes my chances a 33% chance of being the champion. If I let these guys beat the crap out of each other at Crown Jewel and then challenge them as soon as I can afterwards, it gives me a 50% chance, if not more, since they're going to be all beat up from their match, and I can go in there 100%.
Are you trying to cut a fucking Scott Steiner promo on me right now?
No.
Yeah, halfway through that, I was like, what are you doing?
33.33%.
I was really confused there, dude.
No. Basically, it's just like, you know, Miz was thinking. He's got a better chance in a one-on-one than a three-way. I mean, just ask Cody and Kota Ibushi. How'd their three-way go for the title? They didn't win. Anyways, Miz would then announce that Daniel Bryan had a match tonight. But it wasn't against The Miz. It was against the man that beat Daniel Bryan last week, Shelton Benjamin. So Shelton versus AJ.
Ain't no stopping me, no.
Nope, he doesn't have that music, which is very unfortunate.
I missed that theme. It was so
So do I. He's basically like, I don't even know. So, Miz and Bryan were on commentary. Huh?
Completely new person.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. So Miz and Bryan went and joined commentary. Miz pointed out that Benjamin defeated Bryan last week. They then said, Bryan then said that Benjamin did get the best of him. Also, he did go on to state that, hey, who knows? If Benjamin can defeat AJ, maybe Benjamin should get a championship opportunity as well. And Miz goes, that's not how it works. I got next.
Stop giving them ideas. Benjamin needs to be a U.S. champion.
Oh, Benjamin versus Nakamura would be great.
He could bring in some legitimate, flame to that title. I like that.
So Benjamin had an early advantage, missed a kick, and Styles connected with a Pele kick. Styles set up the phenomenal forearm, but Benjamin rocked him with a knee. Styles regained control after hitting an electric chair drop. Styles applied a calf crusher, but Benjamin made it to the ropes. Finish came when AJ did hit the phenomenal forearm for the win. During the commentary, it's pretty funny. Excuse me. Daniel Bryan would go on to once again call Miz the 2-minute man. And then you have Corey Graves go, Miz, it's okay. I think that's the national average.
No, it is. It is.
I just found that very funny on a PG show.
I mean, I wouldn't know what the national average is. I'm above average. Shut up. Go on to the next topic. Hurry up.
Well, you want to talk about the national average? Talk about one night in Milwaukee.
Oh, good Lord.
Aiden tried to show Lana his average.
Aiden's the guy that for years had a crush on the popular girl in high school, and finally at prom, he said, Lana, I like you. And she goes, aw.
You sure he had a crush on the popular girl and not the quarterback?
Stop. I can just picture him going, Lana, I have a crush on you. And the popular girl going, I'm sorry, who are you again? You go to school here? I've actually had that happen to me. It was at 8th grade. I told this girl I had a crush on her. She goes, I didn't even know you went to school here. And I go, oh. Had no comeback to that.
So Aiden English comes out, and he says that he's got the rest of his One Night in Milwaukee video. Tonight he's going to show a director's cut. On the video, they show everything from last week all the way up to when Lana says, I want you. But then it plays more and says, I want you. Do you know how much you mean to me and Rusev? Lana praised. Huh?
He got friend zoned.
Well, just wait. So Lana praises English and everything that he did for Rusev. He would then pause the video and say, you guys want more? Well, first, Rusev needs to come out here. English said he didn't want to show the video because everyone knows what's going to happen next. English promised to destroy the tape if Rusev would kick Lana out of their faction, I guess you can call it, their little stable, and reunite Rusev Day. Lana would come down. And Lana was just like, Aiden, just show him the rest of the video. And Rusev's still looking a little perplexed. And my whole thinking is, did Lana not tell Rusev what happened? Does he not know?
I'm assuming Lana has access to this video somehow.
Well, no, she hacked him. She hacked his phone.
Oh, that's right.
So Lana would go on to state that we're going to see the video because Aiden, you've been hacked. And Aiden gets very, very, very scared. And he's just like, what are you talking about? And she goes, it's very easy to hack somebody when their password is I heart Rusev. Well,
that's fucking hilarious. That's not funny. It's so stupid, but it's just so funny to think about. Because when you realize, the comedy spots that these guys put together.
Oh man.
And they're putting in a very serious touch into this feud, but also still mixing in the shit that they're good at, being comedy relief, for lack of a better term. They do it just so well.
Steve Engblom, I don't think they realize that, but that's actually kind of great.
What?
He says Russian hacking.
Yeah, that's what everyone was talking about tonight.
I didn't even think of that because she's only Russian when she says Rusev.
Same.
Anyways, play the rest of the video, and they show the whole thing basically where she's praising him, And then he basically tries to make his move right on Lana. And Lana rejects him. Hopefully he didn't pop a blue chew before this to be ready, because he got nowhere. Lana walks out. He looks very, very disheveled in the ring. He goes to run away. Rusev catches him. Well, tries to catch him, but he runs out in the crowd. I don't know what they're doing with this.
It was weird.
Very weird.
It was weird.
So going forward, get the main event of the night. Randy Orton versus The Big Show in a World Cup qualifier.
Let me tell you something. More like Slim Show. He looked freaking great.
Yeah, basically. He looked good.
He looked great for his age. He moved pretty well. That, like, weird DDT corkscrew thing that he sold looked great. Everything about it. It was just... I really, really enjoyed this match.
I noticed that, like, his wrist and stuff, he's lost a bunch of weight, so his wrist and, like, his forearms are a little smaller, but his hands didn't shrink, so his hands look twice as big as they used to.
Dude, he's got some meat on those hands, let me tell you. He's a big boy.
So they both come down to the ring, Randy Orton and The Big Show. Orton nails Show with a DDT for a 2 count early. Orton then applied a chin lock, and Big Show starts spitting everywhere. You see it all in his beard.
It's all bad.
He then counters it with a back suplex. Orton nailed Show with a standing drop kick. He had a draping DDT using the top rope for a near fall. Orton attempted to punt The Big Show, but he hit him with a spear.
Big Show spear is the best spear in the business. I'll say that right now. The best spear in the business. Edge's was god awful. Edge's spear was not. Edge's spear was a hug. It was a literal hug, and he guided. It's the same way the Batista bomb was a terrible power bomb, because he just gently led him down and then sat down with him.
That's why it's called a sit-out power bomb.
Not good. Most people that do the sit-out power bombs have a little bit of running with it, and then they kind of like leap, and then as they both come down together, Batista just like went down, and then like an old man slowly got down on his butt to do the thing. Big Show has probably the best spear in the last 10 years in the WWE.
Even better than Rhino?
I feel like Rhino's spears were good in like the 90s when he was like younger.
So
when Rhino was younger and it didn't look like he was going to kill himself when he gave a spear.
So moving forward, Orton tried to leave, but Show pulled him back in the ring. Show hit a chokeslam for a close near fall. Big Show set up the knockout punch, but Orton rolled out of the ring. Show tried to bring him back in. Basically just grabbed Orton by the head and yerked him right up onto the ring apron.
Was rough.
Orton poked him in the eyes. Orton would then hit an RKO for the victory, qualifying him for the World Cup. World Cup's pretty stacked so far. I mean,
it is.
In the World Cup so far, we've got 16-time World Heavyweight Champion John Cena. 6-time World Champion WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. Former World Champion, former WWE Champion, former Intercontinental Champion, basically Grand Slam Champion Jeff Hardy. Former 14-time World Champion Randy Orton.
They're just missing a former one-time WWE Champion.
Who?
Brian Kendrick.
That doesn't count in the scramble.
He was a one-time champion, damn it!
That doesn't count.
He won!
No, he didn't win the scramble.
Tim, the rules of that match were whoever gets the pin is WWE champion for that time until they get pinned again. No. Guess what? Or until someone else got pinned.
They're the temporary champion. It didn't count until the final.
Guess what, motherfucker? Guess what? He was champion. He was champion.
Go look on WWE.com and see if it says anywhere on there that he's a champion.
Well, of course it's not.
Plus,
in my heart, he's a champion.
Plus, they said members from Raw and SmackDown, not 205 Live.
Thank you, Chris McNutt, for the $5. Do y'all know Big Show competed in the first episode of Smackdown in 1999 through the 999th episode tonight? That's awesome. That's really great. Thank you for the
big names are on that first SmackDown.
Yeah, and then I'm really excited for Rey Mysterio and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, I was just gonna get to that. I was saving that for the finale.
Well, I mean, this is something that I really, really wanted to to bring up. We're getting the match that we want, not for the thing we want it for. Like, we really, really wanted it for the U.S. title.
There's still something on the line, though.
There's still something on the line, and what I mentioned to Tim. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. You said it's the Brian Ken.
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah. One thing I really like about this match is they can very easily set up the United States title match. All you got to do is just have Nakamura low blow Mysterio. That's all you have to do, and that sets up a title match right there.
But for win,
easy peasy.
Because if Ray wins by DQ, he gets into the tournament. He's got to wrestle at Crown Jewel in the tournament, not for the title.
Yeah, they can do it when they come back.
I don't think they should set up something like that to set up a title match that's not going to take place at the pay-per-view.
Well, they don't have to say it's a title match straight away. He could whether he wins or loses the tournament, he could just say, Shinsuke, you hit me in the wiener really hard. I didn't like it. I want your title now.
No, I just feel like if they do that, then there's going to be like 2 or 3 weeks of no build towards it or nothing. And then also it just comes back out of nowhere. And it's just, nah.
Yeah, I can see that. But it is confirmed that at SmackDown 1000, Rey Mysterio and Shinsuke Nakamura will compete in a qualifier match for the World Cup in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. Travis Ray, TLC is that the no TLC?
No, TLC is not until December in San Jose, California.
And I'm going, thanks to the sweet folks at Lamont and Tonelli and my friend Baby Huey. Thanks, Huey. I love you.
Huey and I were in this week's Being the Elite.
Yes. And I shook Matt's hand I shook Matt's hand right before they filmed.
Nice.
Liam with the, I believe that's New Zealand currency. NZ, I believe that's in New Zealand with the 5 New Zealander dollars. Kendrick won the interim WWE Championship at the event, though he did lose 5 minutes after having the longest reigns.
It's not interim, it's temporary. Interim.
Hey, he had the longest reign as temporary champion.
Because interim champion would have been what Rey Mysterio won after, what was it? After CM Punk went away with the title in 2011. And then him and Cena kind of merged the titles back together.
Thank you for the laugh, Liam. That was really funny. Starry Star says this is really the best YouTube channel ever. 100 emoji.
Well, thank you.
Right, it is.
Keeping it 100. No, that's
a
Conan podcast.
I haven't seen much of or keeping it, you know what I mean. I haven't seen much of Ray recently. Can his knees still hold up? Yeah, I think he can.
Oh, Ray's in better shape than he's been in a long time.
He's been doing good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into this edition of the SmackDown Live recap for October 9th, 2018. I have been Nick. You can follow me on Twitter at PWU_Armstrong. You can follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited, Facebook/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Check us out at our website, PWUnlimited.net. It's a lot of fun over there. Check out our friends who are at Fightful, Fightful.com, and at Fightful Online on Twitter. Tim, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at TimmyBuddy.
Yes, you can. Tomorrow, we will be back for the Wednesday show. Going to be talking some fun stuff. What do we got planned for tomorrow, Tim?
We will give our thoughts finally on Super Showdown, since we did not do an actual recap. Since the time of Super Showdown was just weird. Like, literally, Super Showdown ended, and like less than 30 minutes later, I had to be at my kid's football game. We were there all day, and then had stuff come up on Sunday, you know. So we'll give some of our thoughts on certain things. I know Nick may want to talk about the article that he wrote on the website today.
Oh, God. Jeez.
What?
Yeah, definitely going to be talking about the idea of the quote-unquote legends returning. And one of my favorite Jim Cornette quotes of all time, it's the very last sentence I used in the article. These guys may be household names, but garbage is too, and it stinks when it gets old.
Yikes.
It's one of my favorite Jim Cornette quotes.
Nope.
Definitely going to be talking about that tomorrow.
We'll see you guys tomorrow, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, for the PW Unlimited podcast. Good night, guys.
Later, folks.